Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, July 27th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Native American Financial Services Association sharply denounced a Democratically-led Senate bill that would result in the loss of billions of dollars of tribal revenue, drastically increase Native American unemployment in Oregon, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, and New Mexico, and curtail the long-standing relationship between the Native Americans across the nation with the Democratic lawmakers. Earlier this week, Senators Jeff Merkley of Oregon, Tom Udall of New Mexico, and Richard Durbin of Illinois introduced legislation that directly targets Native Americans nationwide and would prohibit tribes from engaging in the wide array of internet-based commerce. Barry Brandon, the executive director of the Native American Financial Services Association, says that this legislation demonstrates the complete lack of understanding and respect that should be afforded to tribal government entities, clearly provided for under presidential executive order. Restrictions like Merkley's bill will stifle innovation and only further isolate tribes that have suffered for more than 250 years of oppression. For more information on the story, you can check out mynafsa.org. A South Carolina couple has lost custody of their adopted 2-year-old daughter to her biological father after South Carolina's High Court ruled on July 26th that the Indian Child Welfare Act gives the father and the Cherokee Nation custody of the child. In a 3-2 decision, the South Carolina Supreme Court ruled that 2-year-old Veronica, adopted daughter of Matt and Melanie Capobianco, will remain with her biological father, Dustin Brown. Thrash metal legends Testament has released part 1 of 2 behind-the-scenes clips for their Native Blood music video, and have also posted up a lyric video for the track. The song appears on the forthcoming LP, Dark Roots of Earth, which is scheduled for release on July 31st in North America via Nuclear Blast Records.
All right, here we are, Hopland, California. Testament Native Blood video. Shooting right here where it all started. Part of my life right here, Hopland, California. Family-owned property. We're gonna burn a lot of fires. Hopefully not hurt any people out here or burn down the reservation. I think that'd be the worst thing we can do, but we'll see what happens. But here we are, and welcome.
You hear me say, get out of my way, I'm doing my own way, cross my path and get what you deserve, I'm putting this world.
Dark Roots of Earth, the band's highly anticipated 10th studio album, is the group's first release in over 4 years following the 2008's critically acclaimed The Formation of Damnation. For more information, you can check out TestamentLegions.com. And in other news, lead singer Chuck Billy of Testament will be this year's MC for Slaughter by the Water Music Festival on August 25th aboard the decommissioned USS Hornet flight carrier docked in Alameda, California. Also, the festival has teamed up with a Native American Health Center to promote their Native Youth Wellness Initiative to address very serious issues of teen suicide in Indian Country, and Whole Heart Native Warmth Project, which is dedicated to providing warm blankets to the people of the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Hey everybody, my name's Chuck Billy from Testament, from the Pomo tribe, and we have a few announcements to share with you guys. Slaughter by the Water has teamed up with the Native American Health Center to promote the Native Youth Wellness Initiative to address a very, very serious issue of teen suicide, alright? We're also pleased to announce Rock the Bike will be providing a pedal-powered stage to promote clean energy and togetherness. So show up and put the pedal to the metal. The Rock the Bike stage is free to the public on the pier of the USS Hornet. And all we ask is that you bring a donation of a blanket, okay? Just a blanket to donate to the Whole Heart Native Warmth Project. These blankets right here will be given to the people of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. So everybody, help them stay warm during the winter, all right? And don't forget to make yourself to Slaughter by the Water, because I will be there as your MC. So come on, do your part, donate. We'll see you there, all right?
For more information, you can check out facebook.com/Slaughter by the Water music event. In an effort to preserve Native American cultural lands, mitigate flood risks, and improve coastal habitat for a threatened species, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Seattle District is reconstructing a sand dune in Willapa Bay near the Rosebud Bay Reservation. Joshua Jackson, the Corps project manager, has said the erosion has been destroying the sand spite for years, and now it's threatening the Shoalwater Reservation, including a culturally and ecologically significant wetland area. Construction kicks off July 30th on the $7.5 million federally funded dune restoration project to provide coastal storm damage protection and prevent wetland erosion. In addition, the project will create and maintain habitat for the Pacific Coast western snowy plover, a small snowbird federally listed as threatened under the Endangered Species Act. Albuquerque, New Mexico-based Sacred Power Corporation is set to begin installing up to 20 wind turbines on the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota to supply power to some of the reservation's poorest families. Sacred Power has been providing renewable energy technology to the Navajo Nation for more than 10 years, and this is the company's first foray into the Northern Plains. There's no cost to the Rosebud Sioux tribe or the residents. Funding for the turbines comes from a $395,000 grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture that aims to reduce energy costs in rural areas. The company is set to train and hire local tribal members to install the wind systems and educate the community members about the machines. The award-winning documentary Searching for Sugar Man opens July 27th in selected theaters across the country. It's the story of rock figure Sixto Rodriguez, a Mexican Native American born in 1942. The documentary tells the incredible true story of Rodriguez, the greatest 70s rock icon who never was. Discovered in a Detroit bar in the late 60s by two celebrated producers struck by his soulful melodies and prophetic lyrics, they recorded an album which they believed would secure his reputation as the greatest recording artist of his generation. The album Cold Fact ended up failing in the U.S., but the irony was that he was utterly unaware that in South Africa he was hailed as a rock god.
If ever there is an air of intrigue and mystery around a pop artist, it is around the artist known as Rodriguez.
We thought he was like the inner city poet.
He was this wandering spirit around the city.
He's like a wise man, a prophet. How many records do you think he sold in America?
In America, 6.
Born in a troubled city.
Well, it's still a bit of a mystery how the first copy of Cold Fact actually came to South Africa, but it spread very quickly. To many of us South Africans, he was the soundtrack to our lives.
Everybody I knew had his records.
The message it had was be anti-establishment. Really, the first opposition to apartheid, they'll tell you that they were influenced by Rodriguez.
But nobody knew anything about him. He was a mystery.
Then we found out that he had committed suicide.
And a lot of people have different versions of the story.
He set himself alight on stage.
He reached down and pulled up a gun. I thought it'd make a good story, find out how Rodriguez died.
There was nothing on the record to tell us who he was or where he was from. So we started looking quite deeply at the lyrics.
I met a girl in Dearborn.
We found him, we found him.
These are the days of miracles and wonder.
I heard he did like a little construction work.
He was really doing the work that no one else wanted to do. Rich in a lot of things, but perhaps not material things.
I said, in South Africa, you are more popular than Elvis Presley.
Next day, he says, Emerson, I got to go on tour. I said, why is that, Rodriguez?
I wonder.
This is really going to be Rodriguez. We'll only know if we can actually sing these songs.
And the best part was still to come.
Thanks for keeping me alive.
For more information, you can check out searchingforsugarman.com. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.